Hey, hi all. Welcome to BRR Knowledge Center. So, in this today's topic, we'll talk about the syntax of variables and fields in C sharp. Syntax of variables and fields, right? So, in the earlier sessions, we discussed about the C sharp data types, right, and some examples. Now, in this case, we'll talk about like syntax of variables. What is a variable? Variables are used to store values, and more technically, if I explain that, a variable binds an object to an identifier. So here, object is nothing but a specific value, and identifier is nothing but a variable name, right? So that the object can be accessed later, right? So if you define the definition, right, variables are used to store value in memory. More technically, right, a variable, right, binds an object, right, to an identifier. So for example, right, let us say string name equal to, right, variables demo. Here, right, name is identifier and right value is right the value is object. Got it? So the object, whatever object we are talking about here, this is a variables demo, right? Variables demo. This object, nothing but value, is going to bind to identifier. Name is identifier, right? And value is a object. Name is an identifier, value is an object. So this value is going to, bind to my identifier. Got this? So name is identifier and value in the value, right? That would bounded to it is an object. So coming to this field definition, what is a field? So field sometimes called a class level variables or variables associated with the classes or structures. So an instance a variable is a field associated with an instance of the class or a structure, right? While a static variable or declared variable with a static keyword is a field associated with the type itself. Fields can be also associated with their class by making them constants, which requires a declaration assignment of a constant value, right? So each field is have a visibility with access modifiers like public, protected internal, and private, from most visible to least visible. So sometimes, right, called class level, right, variables are variables associated, right, with classes or structures, right? So an instance, right, variable is a field, right, associated with the are associated with an instance of right class, right? So while a static variables, nothing but a class level variables declared with the static keyword, right, is a field, right, associated with right the type itself. Fields can also be associated with their class by making them constants, right? So each field, right, has a visibility of public, private, protected, right, internal, or you can say friend. That means from most, right, visibility or visible, right, to least visible. Got it? So this is about a field. So I can see directly here, C sharp, right, having 4 types of variables. One is instance variables. Second one is class level variables or class variables. Third one is local variables. Fourth one is parameter variables. What is instance variables? Instance variables are the variables where the variables belongs to a class but not static. Got it? So whenever we create a class or instance, right, for the class, that instance has its own variables. Commonly in C sharp, such variables with having getter and setter methods known as instance variables. Let us see what is instance variables in detail. Instance variables. What is instance variables? Here, instance variables, right, and class variables are also known as fields. Please mark this line of statement. Instance variables. So as I said, right, these are where the variables belongs to, right, belongs to class, but not static, right? Whenever we create a instance, right, that instance has its own variables, right? Commonly C sharp such variables with getter and setter functions, right? For example, I'm just creating a class student, right? In this, I'm declaring int or let us say double fee, right? And string name. So these are the these are the variables defined inside of class. So when I create instance to this student class, this variable name or the variable values will get defined, right? So let us take a getter setter functions. Basically, in the definition in C sharp, right? Uh, right. These variables assigns the values using getter and setter methods. That means get and set method. That means if I want to assign a value, right, double fee, I need to define like this way. Return fee. This is getter method. And coming to the set method, right, here fee equal to value. This is the setter method. Got it? So similarly, string also will be having in the similar fashion. So when I create instance to this class, I'm going to assign different values. Hence, the values will get differentiate between different instances. Okay, coming to the next one is class level variables. What is a class level variables? These are variables are declared with the static. These are the variables, right? Declared with static keyword. Got it? That means when the variable is created with static keyword in the class, those are class level variables. So whenever, right, a new instance is created, then those variables become non-static. So all the instances, right, will read from the same variable, that is class level variable. right? For example, same, I'll take class, right? Student. Here I have, int, sorry, double, or you can say like string institution name, institute name. This is ABCD, right? This variable, if declares the static, right, then this would be a class level variable. That means this variable you can directly access, right, with the class name, student dot institute, right, name. No need to create instance. Got it? And whenever I call this, it always gives same value. Means value never change in any case. That is a class level variable. Okay. So coming to the next one is local variables. What is the local variables? So these are variables are declared inside of a method, right? So whenever you declare a method, variables inside of a method, those are known as, right, local variables. These variables are declared inside of method, right? Not in a class. So it may be that you are using local variables to store a value from another class, right? For example, right? Let us take the same example. I have a student class, right? And I have a method, right? Y display message, right? And inside of this method, right, I just declared int repeat 4, right? After that, do some stuff I placed here. This variable is local variable. Got it? And coming to the last one, parameter variables. What is parameter variables? The parameter is used to pass objects into a method. The method can use these method objects or the variables to assist its behavior functioning. So a parameter, right, is, or parameter variables is or used to, pass objects into, right, a method. The method further, right, use these variables, right, to assist its or in its behavior. Got it? For example, let us take an example of the student class, right? Class student, right? And here, as is defined, like, double fee, right? So I'll say that, right? Double get fee method, right? This will return fee. That's good. Also, I return another method, y, right? Set fee. For this, I'm asking to pass, right, fee value, right? Instead of this, I'm going to set fee equal to, right, fee value. If you look at here, I'm passing a parameter inside, to this function set fee. This fee value, right, is a parameter variable. Right? Is it clear now? So these are some basic, type of variables in C#, right? Which basically having different syntaxes, right? Instance variables and class variables, local variables, and parameter variables. Instance variables, class variables are inside of a class, which known as a fields. Got it? And local variables and parameter variables basically belonging to a method. These are inside of method declaring, and these are passing as a parameter to the method. Instance variables basically, uh, having different values based on instance of a class, and class level variables can always have a same value, even if you access from different instances. Basically, it doesn't allow you to assign a value or update a value because these variables you are declaring as a static keyword. Got it? So this is the syntax and the rules of having variables in C#, right? I hope you understood syntax and the type of variables in C# and the purpose and the rules to be followed, when you access and declare a different variables in C#. Thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.